Helm. It's a popular package manager for Kubernetes. When you're deploying any application to Kubernetes, you usually have to apply multiple YAML manifest files. One can be for the deployment, another one for the service, some secrets, the config maps. Maybe the application also has some custom resources. You'd need to apply each one of the manifest files individually. With the help of Helm, you can package all of these files into a single Helm chart, which makes it much easier to deploy the application to Kubernetes. Let's take a look at how Devtron helps you deploy and manage Helm charts. What you see on the screen is Devtron's chart store. In the center, you can see a number of different Helm charts. On the left, you can see that I can filter the different Helm charts based on the chart's source registry. If I wanted to add a chart's source registry, I can simply add the chart repository or an OCI registry source. Once I've added the repository, it will be visible in my chart store. Let's go ahead and deploy the cert manager chart. Over here, I can see the charts readme file and I can start configuring the values for the chart. So I can give this a name and I can configure which environments I want to deploy this chart to. I can select the chart version. Now during configuring this chart, I might need to refer to the readme a couple of times. So I can click this readme button right here and I can refer to this readme for configuring my Helm chart. Once I'm satisfied with my configurations, I can simply click on deploy chart and it will trigger a deployment. After triggering the deployment, you can see the application status in progress. This means that the workloads are still being deployed. Let's wait for a couple of minutes for this application to deploy successfully. Now that the application is fully deployed, you can see that the application status says that the app is healthy. You can also see all of the different Kubernetes resources, such as the deployments, the pods, the networking resources, and others, which are a part of this particular Helm chart. I can go into the configuration menu. In the configure menu, I can change some of these configurations. I can change the chart version and I can trigger a redeployment. For example, let's change the number of replicas that are a part of this Helm chart to 3 and we can trigger a redeployment. After we updated the values, the application is once again deploying with the updated configurations. I may also want to compare the values between two different deployments. So I can come here and click on the compare values. On the right, I can see the current values.yaml and on the left is the chart version with which I want to compare it. So I can select my initial deployment over here. You can see the differences between the two chart versions and all the differences are highlighted as well. I can also check the deployment history of this application and I can see all the different deployments that I have triggered along with their configurations. In case I want to trigger a rollback, I can simply click on this deploy button to trigger a rollback to the previous configurations.